We're now joined by LA Galaxy head coach Greg Vanney. We'll start with questions with, all right, we'll just go ahead with Josh Guessman. Go ahead, Josh.
Hey, Greg, congratulations on the win. Maybe look back a little bit at this team.
Progress.
Maybe look back a little bit on this team, maybe more than 10 games ago, whenever seemed to be some struggles going on. The team wasn't clicking. Lots of things weren't working for you guys. And now to see the team sort of close out the last maybe 10 or 12 games like this, where do you think all that comes from?
Yeah, look, I think a couple things are important. Thanks for the congratulations. I think first, I'd kind of been saying all through the summer when we came back after the two big wins against LAFC and Austin, that our midfield physically was just struggling at the time. A lot of guys with injuries or playing with injuries. Our numbers were light. Even the guys who were playing, I thought we're pushing through. And the way we want to play, we want to control the ball. You got to control the midfield. I felt like we lacked connection. We lacked control of the middle of the park. And so as guys started to get healthy, as we started to make the additions of Gaston and Ricky and getting now Vic and Sash and Daniels keeps coming along, and Mark has had a great season, and he started to get healthy. As that group of guys in the midfield started to really come along, then we really started to find our consistency, our balance, our control, the things that we need to play the way we ultimately would want to play and to be successful within our vision. So I think all those things started to come together. I think as you start to do that and you start to get momentum, you start to build confidence, you start to build a little belief, you start to build that connection with each other. It's easy when you're inconsistent, to get a little bit down or get disappointed or look for those reasons for inconsistency. So once we started to get consistent, then I think the group started to take the steps forward. So again, I think we're finishing in a good note, but the next game won't look like anything like the last 34. It's now we're into a tournament where it's a knockout event, and we got to come with even higher intensity than what we've seen through most of the season, and we've got to do so, quickly and just find that. But I think this is a group, honestly, that when I look in their eyes and when I've talked to them over the course of this week, they envy the challenge that's in front of them, and now we just need to go answer the bell when it comes next week. We're excited to do it in front of our fan base. After all of what's gone on in the season, we've got a home game in our stadium with the next game on the line. So we're really looking forward to it. I think our fans are excited about that, I'm sure, and our guys are excited to be in front of them for this one.
Outside of allowing that early goal, you guys seem like you were fairly well in control for most of the match. This team has had a couple of comebacks, as I think you pointed out, but for the most part, when you guys have allowed the first goal, you haven't won a lot of games. What does that say this late in the season?
Yeah, again, I think there's some clarity, there's belief. I thought even in the early stretch of the game, we were getting chances, we were getting to where we wanted to get to on the field, and with a lot of our possessions. It was just going to be about managing the transitions, some of the vulnerabilities that could come from that. But I felt like we were getting to good spots. We gave up a goal against the run of play, which is always what you're trying to guard against when you play teams like Houston and others when we have so much of the ball. So I wasn't concerned so much that we weren't going to score goals or that we weren't going to get our chances to get ourselves back in the game. I just wanted to make sure that our concentration behind the ball, our intensity, our attention to detail, all of those things that we're going to need as we continue to move into the playoffs were tight. And I think, again, when we got down, I think maybe it was a little bit of a punch in the gut to say, hey, we got to just sharpen up some things. We can't take things for granted, and it became a little bit tidier and it became a little better as the game progressed.
Thanks, Greg.
Yeah.
Next, we'll go to Sydney Hunter.
Hey, Greg, Sydney Hunt, MLSsoccer.com. First off, congrats on the win, of course, playoffs. You mentioned Ricky earlier. Of course, he scored. Chicharito scored today. Those guys are kind of in really good form headed into playoffs. How did they kind of build on what they've done over these past few matches here, going into really that knockout stage that you just talked about?
Yeah, I think their successes coincided with the group's success. Obviously, Ricky's addition, Gaston's addition, which brought a lot of clarity to our midfield in terms of who's going to play that six. It's freed up Mark to be two-way. Ricky is a little bit of a two-way guy, but he also can build some speed into the attacks. He likes sometimes to drop a little lower, but he picks up the ball and he gets going, and he can find himself in good finishing positions. Javi benefits from us when we can play with speed and we can play with tempo and we can get behind the back line and create some space for his movements. And obviously when you get a striker who's in form, that's a wonderful thing. His confidence is going. He had some good looks tonight. Obviously finished the one with class. So, I think it's pieces fitting together, the tempo of the game being correct. Our intentions aren't just to keep the ball. They are to keep the ball and try to hurt the opposition, which is leading us again to some good looks on goal, some good opportunities. Guys like Rick and Javi have to be on the end of some of those chances for sure, and they've been able to find some. And Ricky's been outstanding and also helping us to set up chances, as has Gaston. And Mark's work is always so important for our team. So again, that's kind of been the formula. We got to keep going. And Sam is giving us good minutes. Douglas and the guys that are coming in on those wings are giving us good minutes as well. So.
I think you mentioned obviously the opportunity to play in front of your home fans up in Carson. What does that say really about the character of the team, considering, and we already touched on this a little bit a few minutes ago, what does it say about the character of the team from top to bottom, considering kind of the form y'all were in, even a few weeks ago?
Yeah, I mean, the character of the group is strong. Again, it's about momentum. It's about finding some rhythm together. Again, we as our midfield got healthy, and then we started to implement some new players like Gaston and Ricky. And sometimes that's not just a turnkey when you implement new faces, especially as impactful as those guys can be. It took us a little time to again establish the rhythm, the connection, the timing, the relationships, things like that. But as we've gotten more opportunities, the guys have certainly grown together. When we stay intentional in terms of our attacks, then we become dangerous. And then it's just about the defensive side for us and everybody contributing on that side of things. So, and that's going to be the playoffs. It's really going to be about also defending well and matching the intensity of the games and competing and earning the right to play. It's not going to just come out and be space on the field for us to play. We've got to come out and we've got to step out and really, really compete from the start. Those guys are winners. They've played in big games, as have a lot of our guys, and these are going to be big games that we need that experience because we don't have a ton of playoff experience. So we need the experience that those guys have in the biggest games to step in and be ready to play and be motivated.
Nice. Good luck, Greg.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Damian Calhoun.
Hey, Greg. In your 2 years here, there have been a lot of moving pieces on and off the roster. But as for you, how satisfying is it to get this group, like you say, into this tournament in your second year here?
Yeah, I'm excited for the group because I think, again, it's a group that with the bigger the challenges in front of them, I think the more concentration, the more motivation, the more attention that they have to the moment. I think this group has that capacity. You get that when you get guys who've played at the level of Barcelona and others and Real Madrid and all the ones that have been there. So I think this group is looking forward to this. This is what players ultimately come to LA for, is to try to win the championship. And now we have the tournament to go win the championship. And I find and I suspect that the intensity, the concentration, all that's going to even find another level this week, which is important. But I think last year we were a little unlucky at the very end not to be in the playoffs. I mean, we were 5 minutes out of the playoffs last year. We didn't want to get down to the last game this year playing for the playoffs. What we really wanted to do is find the consistency that we found down the stretch, and now we've got to use our momentum and our quality and our competitive desire to really go out and now compete at home in front with our fans behind us, one game at a time.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Greg.
All right, thanks everyone.
Next, we have Gaston Brugman.
¿Y dónde te sentás?
Ahí, no, yo aquí me quedo parada porque... Hi,
And we are
guys.
now joined by Gaston Brugman. Felicidades, Gaston.
Muchas gracias. Hello.
We're going to translate for him, so...
Ahí está bien.
All right, we'll start off with Josh Gaston. Go ahead, Josh.
Gaston, congratulations on the win. I wanted to talk about your form over the last, let's say, 10 games. How comfortable do you feel in this midfield? And do you feel like there's another level that you guys haven't quite hit yet?
Felicidades por la victoria. Quiero hablar sobre tu juego y qué tan cómodo te sientes en la media cancha y qué es lo que falta por venir.
Bueno, muchas gracias. La verdad que estoy muy feliz. Ya el partido pasado estaba muy contento por haber obtenido el pase a los playoffs y más ahora con el triunfo fuera de casa. La verdad que muy contento. Y en cuanto al juego mío en el medio, me encuentro muy bien, me adapté muy bien. Creo que con Ricky y Marky estamos haciendo un medio campo muy fuerte, muy unido, que parece que jugamos hace tiempo juntos. Y bueno, ahora la parte que queda es la parte más linda, otro torneo donde será difícil, pero bueno, estamos con buena energía positiva. Te maté.
Un poco. Thank you. I'm very happy since, the last game that we qualified for playoffs and now we get a win on the road and we get a home playoff match. And in terms of my form and my on-field performance, I feel like I'm playing well and I think Ricky, Mark, and I are clicking very well. It feels like we've been playing together for a long time and, now on to playoffs. It's another tournament that will be hard, but we are keeping the most positive mindset possible.
Gaston, it feels like you've come in and adjusted very well to the league. Is the league as you expected it to be, or is it different?
Se siente que has llegado y te has ajustado y adaptado muy fácil a la liga. ¿Era lo que esperabas o es un poco diferente a lo que esperabas?
Sinceramente, pensé que me iba a costar un poco más de tiempo adaptarme, pero bueno, me pasó lo mismo el año pasado en España. Me adapté muy rápido y bueno, muy contento que estén saliendo las cosas, que el grupo también haya obtenido el objetivo y bueno, todo lo que viene ahora es nuevo y vamos a afrontarlo de lo mejor.
Sincerely, I thought it was going to be harder to adapt, but the same thing happened to me in Spain. I adapted quickly and I'm happy that things are going well for us and that the objective was accomplished, and what's ahead now is a new objective for us, and we're gonna go at it with everything we have.
Thank you, Gaston.
You're welcome.
Next, we'll go to Alex Ruiz.
Hi, Gaston. Congratulations on the win. You came to the club at the midway point of the season. What's helped you really adapt and just mesh so well with this team and be able to help lead this team to the playoffs?
Llegaste al club a media temporada. ¿Qué es lo que te ha ayudado a adaptarte al equipo también y ayudar al equipo a llegar a los playoffs?
Bueno, muchas gracias por las felicitaciones y bueno, nada. Yo soy un jugador que se adapta y trabajando duro y afrontando como un reto diferente a cada situación. Creo que lo que paga es el trabajo y a su vez también el tener los compañeros que te reciban de la mejor manera al principio y bueno, seguramente gran parte de los logros personales también es parte del grupo y nada, estoy realmente muy agradecido por ellos y bueno, es todo cuestión de la unión del grupo.
Thank you. I'm a player that adapts quickly, and I think playing hard is part of my thing, and taking everything as a new challenge. I think working hard pays off, and I have great teammates, and surely the personal objectives of mine are also the team's objectives, and thankfully my team has great unity, and we look forward to what's ahead.
Gracias, Gaston.
You're welcome.
Right,
Thank you, Gaston.
¿Quieren saber por qué trae la playera de Chicharito?
No, la agarré, la primera que agarré. Me iban a dar la 26 y dije, no, dame la de Chicharito.
He said it's the first one he got from the locker room. He's going to get number 26, but decided on 14.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Gracias, Gaston.
Vamos arriba.
LA Galaxy forward, Dejan Joveljic.
Joveljic. You don't know how to pronounce my name.
Oh my gosh.
So disrespectful.
Hey, Brate. We'll go ahead and start this off with Josh Gessman. Go ahead, Josh.
Pronounce your name.
Hey, Dejan.
Sorry. Oh my gosh.
Joveljic, right?
Joveljic, yes. Very good.
Perfect. Okay,
just
good.
wanted to-
Dejan, congratulations on the goal. Congratulations on the win. Congratulations on getting to the playoffs. How important has it been for this team to be able to come on the road here in this last game and be able to carry this momentum into the playoffs?
To be honest, Houston, this place is the toughest place, one of the toughest place to play. I'm very happy because we managed to win. We played good and we won. Yeah, 3-1. The most important thing that we made playoffs, and next game we are gonna play against Nashville at our home.
And did you think maybe that you had a second goal there whenever the Houston goalkeeper Clark came up with that great save there at the end?
Yes, almost I scored, but he made very good decision.
How does this help your confidence? Obviously, coming in now, scoring on the road. I think they told us this was your first goal you scored on the road in Major League Soccer. So how does that help your confidence going into the playoffs?
Means a lot, especially because I didn't score a couple of games. This is my 11th in the MLS in less than 1,000 minutes, I think. That's a very good statistic, and I'm very happy. I need to say that Efra played amazing ball to me, and the assist was better than my goal.
Very good. Congratulations. Travel safe.
Next, we'll go to Damian Calhoun.
Hey, Dejan, you got to walk us through the celebration there. You're looking at your hand. You looked at your wrist there. What did you mean by that?
That means it's playoff time.
At the beginning of the season, did you set any individual goals? I mean, any numbers you wanted to hit scoring goals?
To be honest, I thought that I'm gonna have more playing time, but anyway, I want to, let's say, score every season double numbers. So basically, it's okay. When you compare my minutes and my goals, it's solid, decent.
Yeah, and then coming from last season when you guys were almost making the playoffs, you lost in the last minute there. What's been the difference for this group lately? You guys have on a pretty strong run here, a lot of momentum heading into the playoffs.
I think that we know each other better, and the guys who came in the last few months, let's say, they are amazing and they help us a lot, and we are a much stronger team than the last year.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, and also I want to say congrats to Julian, his 100th game. Keep it up.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Wait,
Thanks, guys.
Dejan,
Yes.
you're done?
Yeah. We gotta go. Thank you,
All
guys.
right.
We got a plane to
All right,
catch.
well,
Thank you.